UK kicks off new Hong Kong visa scheme. US COVID-19 cases surpass 26 million. Japan mulls 4-day working week amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Pakistan drops Wahab Riaz, includes Hassan Ali for T20I series against South Africa. Guardiola claims 500th win of managerial career. Those are the headlines for today. Now let's take a look at the weather update.
Hi, my name is Maythal Shukeli for today's weather update. And right now, I'm outside the TFM studio in Al Khuair. Before we move on to weather, here is our fact for the day. On average, a thunder can only be heard from 3 to 4 miles in distance. And that depends on the humidity, terrain, and other factors. That is our fact for the day. Now let's step inside the studio and talk more about weather. An alert has been issued by Oman Meteorology and Civil Aviation Authorities saying that there will be poor visibility during fog formation, and there will be mainly clear skies over the rest of the Sultanate with chances of early morning low-level clouds or fog patches over the parts of Al-Wusta, Buremi, and South Al-Sharqiyya. And now let's take a look at how the weather will be like in all the governorates. Muscat will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 20 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be sunny, temperatures between 24 to 17 degrees Celsius. North Al-Batana will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 16 degrees Celsius. South Al-Batana will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 17 degrees Celsius. Al-Buremi will be sunny, temperatures between 26 to 14 degrees Celsius. Al-Dhahira will be sunny, temperatures between 29 to 15 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhiliya will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 17 degrees Celsius. North Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 16 degrees Celsius. South Al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 27 to 18 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be sunny, temperatures between 30 to 14 degrees Celsius. And Dhofar will also be sunny, temperatures between 24 to 14 degrees Celsius.
Welcome back to the midday update. Let's take a look at the COVID-19 updates. The Ministry of Health has announced the registration of 3 new deaths due to COVID-19, taking the total death toll to 1,532. The ministry has extended its deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. The Ministry of Health has also announced the registration of 198 new COVID-19 cases, taking the total cases in the Sultanate to 134,524. In the past 24 hours, there have been 95 recoveries, and the total number of recoveries now stand at 126,949. The ministry has urged everyone to adhere to social distancing instructions issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. In addition, 6 new cases of the new strain of COVID-19 have also been registered in the Sultanate. Those were the COVID-19 updates. Now let's take a look at some local news. Licenses has been issued for the foundation of 15 new Omani closed joint stock firms in 2020, according to the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion. Khalid bin Khamis Al-Masroui, Director of the Audit and Control Department of Commercial Establishments at the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, said the following. The number of closed Omani shareholding companies reached 395 until the end of last year. He emphasized that 72 ordinary and extraordinary general meetings were held in 2020. While 210 annual meetings and a number of general meetings of some joint stock companies were held via video communication during the pandemic, as Muscat Clearing and Depository Committee, in cooperation with MOC IIP, has launched an electronic platform in accordance with the Ministerial Decision number 65 by 2020. He called on all the closed joint stock companies to register with Muscat Clearing and Depository Company in order to utilize the benefit of the services provided by the electronic portal of the company. New decisions taken by the government will help streamline investments in the country's tourism sector, which is a key part of Oman's economic diversification plans under Vision 2040. As part of this, all tourism properties owned by Oman Investment Authority or OIA have now been transferred to Umran, the country's tourism development arm. The decision comes shortly after Umran becomes a subsidiary of OIA. A number of projects will now be overseen by Umran, including the integrated Yati Sustainable Tourism City project, a 1.5 million square meter waterfront tourism complex, and the 5-star Alila Hino Bay Hotel in the Vilayat of Mirbat Dhofar, with its 112-room integrated leisure facilities and freehold villas. Additionally, Naseem Hotel in Al Jabal Al Akhtar, with its chalets and adventure theme parks, and the freehold Hay Al Sharq tourism complex have also been transferred to Umran. A number of shares owned by OIA in several projects will now go to Oman as well. These include its shares in Assas, a joint stock company set up for development and investment. Oman owns, manages and invests in many tourist assets across the Sultanate, amounting to 26 hotels and resorts with over 3,800 hotel rooms, ranging from luxury hotels and large-scale beach resorts to conference hotels and business hotels downtown, joint tourism as well as heritage and environmental destinations. Since the transfer of its ownership to OIA, Oman has witnessed a series of developments, including the formation of its new board that has already made key decisions regarding some tourism development projects in the Sultanate, most notably the waterfront project at Sultan Qaboos Port and the integrated Yeti Sustainable Tourism City. The Central Bank of Oman has recently issued the procedure for onboarding the micro-business entities in the Sultanate for e-payment acquiring services by the licensed banks and payment service providers or PSPs. The new policy for enabling the e-payments for the micro-business entities come in line with CBO's vision to promote e-payments in the country and to achieve the goal of cashless society. Inclusion of these segments under the electronic payments service will support the objective of the national e-commerce strategy that is being implemented by various government agencies and the private sector. The micro business entities or MBEs are those small business entities which employ less than 10 people and carry out legitimate business with the permission from the local administration like municipality licenses, etc. The single taxi operation, gas delivery, water tankers, home business, street hawkers and small restaurants are some of the examples of MBEs. MBs owned by Omani nationals with a valid approval from competent government authorities based on the nature of business activity, along with ID proof and bank account, may approach any bank or PSP to avail the e-payment acquiring service. The objective of this guideline by CBO is to enable e-payment acquiring for those legitimate businesses which are not required to obtain the commercial registration of their businesses from the Ministry of Commerce, Industry and Investment Promotion. Since MOCIIP has permitted a list of activities that can be conducted by the MBEs, with permission from the concerned authorities and without commercial registration. This directive will enable licensed banks and PSPs to seamlessly enable e-payment acquiring for such MBEs. By availing the e-payment facility, the MBEs can enable e-payments to its customers for the goods purchased or the services provided using payment cards and mobile payments via the mobile banking and wallet apps. The International Whaling Commission has commended the efforts made by the Sultanate, represented by the Environment Authority, in saving the life of a humpback whale that caught in its nets of the Qom port. The IWC said that the humpback whale in the Arabian Sea zone is considered a rare species due to the fact that this species does not migrate but spends its whole life in the Arabian Sea. This makes the species extremely exposed to the risk of extinction. The IWC, which described the rescue operation as highly significant, had already listed the humpback whale in one of 5 groups of most endangered species of whales. It said that saving the life of a single whale would have a great impact on genetic diversity and replenishing of stocks. The IWC's coordinator tasked with such accidents was invited by the Environment Authority to conduct training to help guide the rescue operation in which many departments took part, including the Coast Guard Police, the ports and other local departments. The IWC pointed out that the Sultanate met with success earlier in tackling similar incidents threatening marine life. Besides the Coast Guard Police and the Qom port, the Omani rescue team formed by the Environment Authority included experts from 5 Continents Company, the Royal Navy of Oman and the Royal Air Force of Oman. Those are the local stories. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back. Welcome back to the Midday Update. Now for some international stories. A British scheme to offer millions of Hong Kongers a path to British citizenship will take effect from Sunday. From Sunday afternoon, anyone with a British national overseas passport and their dependents will be able to apply online for a visa allowing them to live and work in the United Kingdom. After 5 years of stay in the UK, they will be able to apply for citizenship. BNO is a special status created under British law in 1987 that specifically relates to Hong Kong. The latest visa plan is a response to Beijing's decision last year to impose a sweeping national security law in Hong Kong to quell widespread pro-democracy protests. Britain has accused China of violating its promise made ahead of Hong Kong's 1997 handover that the financial hub would maintain key liberties and autonomy for 50 years. The UK government forecasts the new visa could attract more than 3,000 people and their dependents to Britain. We have honoured our profound ties of history and friendship with the people of Hong Kong, and we have stood up for freedom and autonomy, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson said this week. Chinese officials have, however, denounced the plan. On Friday, China announced that it would no longer recognize BNO passports as a legitimate travel or identification document. The move was, however, largely symbolic as Hong Kongers generally use their own passports and ID cards to leave the city. Phoebe Kong, DW's correspondent in Hong Kong, says China has not ruled out further retaliation. The total number of COVID-19 cases in the United States topped 26 million on Saturday, according to the Center for Systems Science and Engineering at Johns Hopkins University. US COVID-19 case count rose to 26,012,880 with a total of 438,239 deaths as of 2:20 p.m. local time, according to the CSSE tally. California reported the largest number of cases among the states, standing at 3,293,762. Texas confirmed 2,356,172 cases, followed by Florida with 1,713,589 cases, New York with 1,408,698 cases, and Illinois with more than 1.1 million cases. Other states with over 600,000 cases included Georgia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Arizona, Tennessee, New Jersey, Indiana, and Michigan, the CSE data showed. The United States remains the nation's worst hit by the pandemic, with the world's most cases and deaths, making up more than 25% of the global caseload and nearly 20% of the global deaths. US COVID-19 cases reached 20 million on January 1st and have increased by 6 million within a month. The US Center for Disease Control and Prevention reported 437 cases caused by variants from more than 30 states as of Friday. The agency warned that the emerging variants may make the coronavirus cause more severe disease and spread more easily between humans. The CDC also said on its website that some variants can spread and become predominant while others subside. Japanese employees are famous for putting in agonizingly long hours at their desks and declining to take all their annual holidays for fear of inconveniencing office colleagues. But changes that were becoming evident in society have been exacerbated by the coronavirus pandemic. Members of the Japanese parliament on Wednesday opened discussion on a proposal put forward by Kuniko Inoguchi, a member of the ruling Liberal Democratic Party, to permit workers to opt for a 4-day working week instead of the traditional 5-day Monday to Friday pattern. A handful of Japanese companies have already instituted flexible working systems, but the changes wrought on the corporate landscape by COVID-19 have hastened the debate on the issue. And the early signs are that it would have the support of workers and companies. I would say that rather than being a possibility at companies, it should be a necessity. Tereo Sakurada, a professor of business at Osaka's Hanan University, told DW. In recent decades, Japan has shifted from an economy that is based on manufacturing to one that is more reliant on the service sector and financial services. That trend will continue as the nation's population continues to contract from 126.5 million at present to possibly as few as 83 million by the end of the century. These changes mean that Japan has to be far more efficient in the future, and we need to find ways to improve both working conditions for people and the amounts of leisure time that they can enjoy, Sakurada added. Most immediately, Sakurada wants changes in the working environment for millions of Japanese to bring an end to karoshi, the primary Japanese problem of death brought on by overwork. Those are the international stories. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with the sports news. Welcome back to the Midday Update. Now for some sports stories. Pacer Wahab has been dropped from Pakistan's squad for the upcoming 3-match T20I series against South Africa, Pakistan Cricket Board confirmed on Sunday. Along with Wahab, opening batsman Fakhar Zaman has also been shown the door, while pacer Hassan Ali has made his way back into the squad. The hosts would be led by Babar Azam in the upcoming three T20 internationals. Asif Ali and Amir Yamin have also been recalled to the side, while 4 uncapped players Zafar Gohar, Danish Aziz, Zahid Mahmood and Ahmad Bhatt have also been named in the squad. Shadab Khan, Imad Wasim and Mohammad Hafiz are also missing from the T20I squad. Hafiz had been in good form in the T20I series against New Zealand, and he even registered a 90-plus score in the second of T20I International. The national selectors, led by Chief Selector Mohammad Wasim on Sunday, announced the Pakistan's men's 20-member squad for the 3-match T20I series against South Africa, which will be played in Lahore. The 3 matches will be played on February 11 to 14. The Pakistan squad, along with officials, will enter the biosecure bubble from Wednesday, February 3rd. The players taking part in the Test series will join the bubble at the end of the second Test that starts in Rawalpindi on Thursday, February 4th. Pakistan had defeated South Africa by 7 wickets in the first Test, and now both teams will square off in the final Test of the 2-match series. Manchester City's 1-0 win over Sheffield United in the Premier League on Saturday saw Pep Guardiola record his 500th win as a manager. Since taking charge at Barcelona back in 2008, Guardiola has won 29 major trophies and amassed 500 victories in the process. He won 179 during his glittering spell at Camp Nou before adding another 124 victories at Bayern Munich boss. And it is now 197 and counting for Guardiola at Manchester City. During the match, Gabriel Jesus netted the only goal scored in the match, handing Manchester City a 1-0 win over Sheffield United. Moreover, the result extended Manchester City's winning run to 12 games in all competitions. The club has won all 9 matches they played in January, which is the most by a team in the top 4 tiers of English football in a single month since the formation of the Football League in 1888. Manchester City is atop the Premier League table with 44 points, 3 points ahead of second place Manchester United. Sheffield United, on the other hand, remain at the bottom of the table with 8 points. Those were the local stories, the international stories, as well as the sports news. We'll be back with Midday Update tomorrow, so stay tuned.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.